A brand new wrestling legacy begins tonight, deep in the heart of the Hungarian capital, as Passion Pro is on the air from Budapest. We are kicking things off with the Passion Cup, a tournament over 2 evenings featuring 8 of the best talents from all across Europe, but only one can go home with the honour of saying that they won the very first trophy in Passion Pro history. We have athletes here from France, from Switzerland, Germany, Italy, Austria, and from Hungary itself for this brand new project that was supposed to launch in 2020. But of course, with the onset of the pandemic, it was delayed. Now though, we are honoured to be in front of you and a live crowd. Our ring announcer tonight is one half of the Hungarian rap duo Animal Cannibals. Let's take it to Kuka MC.
Hölgyek és uraim, egy vadonatúj, fantasztikus promóció veszi kezdetét, a Passion Pro. Ennek is kérnek szépen egy hatalmas tapsot, hiszen profi boxoló, birkózók jönnek ide majd a ringbe, és megmutatják a tudásuk legjavát. És akkor egyből zúgjon a taps annak a 8 birkózónak, aki ide érkezett ma. Érkeztek Svájcból, Olaszországból, Ausztriából, Németországból, Franciaországból, és természetesen innen a hazánk berkein belül is Magyarországról! Soha nem látott birkózók lépnek még egyelőre ide a ringbe, és olyan meccseket ígérnek nekünk, amiket én már itt színfalak mögött láttam, hát morcosak a fiúk, és le fogják szakítani egymás arcát, sőt a hölgyek is, hiszen lesznek majd hölgyek is. Remélem mindenki betárazott kellő energiával, hiszen a következő jó pár percben szükség lesz az energiára. Meg lehet rögtön tapsolni már is a szakkommentárjainkat, akik itt ülnek mellettünk hárman. Az Etalon, Rufus Gottfried, Arpi Dyson, és középen András. Lesz ma 3 bíránk is, akit általában az ilyen versenyeken, ahogy én belenéztem, nem szoktak szeretni, mi viszont most szeressük őket, úgyhogy őket hármajukat most csak névlegesen bemutatom, aztán majd érkeznek ide a ringbe, és ők is majd láthatóak lesznek. Úgyhogy a 3 bíránk ma este Tassilo Jung, Röviden Ringer, és egy magyar bíránk is, a Orbán Tamás. Tehát, ahogy mondtam, 8 birkózónk lesz, viszont csak egy bajnok, és ő fogja elvinni 2021-ben az első Passion Cupot. Tehát azt a trófeát, ami majd ezért az egész tornáért jár. Úgyhogy majd meg lehet nézni, hogy milyen ez a trófea, ezt majd meg is próbálom szerezni valahonnan, hogy bemutassam nektek. Na minden esetre, köszönjük szépen azoknak, akik segítettek minket abban, hogy létrejöjjön ez a mai esemény. Többek között a Csepeli Tor Gymnek, nekik is jár egy kis biztatás. Az Erőtér Powerliftingnek, a Ring 27-nek, és a Magyar Pankráció Dojo-nak is, hogy lehetővé tették azt, hogy jöjjenek ide a birkózók. Én jó magam egyébként már sokszor álltam ringbe, hogy megküzdjek a közönség kegyeiért, ilyen ringben még nem, meg ilyen formában még nem, úgyhogy most nekem ez az első alkalom, és reméljük, hogy nem fog fájni senkinek ez a fajta szórakoztatás. Úgyhogy hölgyek és urak, csapjunk is bele, jöjjön a 2021-es Passion Pro Cup első mérkőzésre az első selejtezője. Kézzenából! Jöjjön!
Érkezik a szorítóba 85 kg-mal a megtörhetetlen Maverick! The first man to enter a Passion Pro ring is Maverick. He has an enormous challenge in front of him in this tournament first round match.
Getting Maverick.
When the lights go down and the sun comes up, break my bones and I still stand tall. I am a warrior, I am a warrior, I am a warrior.
the most dominant figures in European wrestling during this pandemic era. Marius has been winning championships continent-wide. You might think that his moniker, his nickname, is in some way arrogant. But when you have been, as I say, as dominant as Alani, it is pretty hard to argue with him. A big mountain of a challenge here for Maverick in this first round match. Again, this is an 8-man tournament. The 4 first round matches taking place here tonight. The 4 winners of those matches go into the final tomorrow, a fatal 4-way match for the Passion Cup. Collar and elbow tie up, and Alani, with that natural power, was able to back Maverick into the ropes. The referee wanted a clean break and basically got one, but with a little bit of disrespect laid on for good measure. Alani trying to get under the skin of Maverick, I think, and Maverick so far has risen above it. He's got a hammerlock applied. Alani trying to find a way out. Maverick confusing him, sweeps the legs away, goes over the top, looking for an early pin, gets a 1 count. Now the roll up again, shoulders down. Alani been taken by surprise, I think, but he was looking to get things back his way with the headlock takedown. But a bit of showboating from Maverick, showing he's not afraid at all of the Baudet, Marius Alani. To the ropes goes Maverick, and drop kick. You've got to be impressed. You have to be impressed with how this has gone so far for Maverick. Opening moments, he's had the better of this. Alani has a short temper, no doubt about that. And the aggression you're likely to see from him here in response to this somewhat slow start to the match on his part will be interesting. He sends Maverick to the ropes. Alani, big leapfrog. There's the agility and the drop kick for good measure. Great crowd here in the 4 gym in Budapest, enjoying this one. And again, it is so good to be enjoying live wrestling in front of a live audience. All of the competitors here tonight feel the same way about that, as Alani stomping away on Maverick in the corner. Alani comes in with the high knee, right to the side of the head, snapmare takedown, double foot stomp, right to the heart of Maverick, goes for the cover. A 1 count Maverick, again determined to show that he is going to be a hard one to put away. Alani making sure he's got his body weight here on top of Maverick. Not giving him any room for maneuver. In fact, it goes for a crucifix pin. 2 count. Best near fall of the match for Alani. The mean streak, the arrogance of Alani on display here as he starts to assert his will. It's a snap suplex. Maverick now learning just what it means to be in there with Alani, but it really is a physical workout that you will feel for weeks or months afterwards, to be in there against the demigod as Maverick bounces off the ropes, hits with the elbow. Big punch to the face from Alani. The 2 men exchanging blows in the middle of the ring. Alani now unloading. A big clothesline. Maverick suddenly finds himself in some trouble. Maverick has backed into the ropes. The crowd here are trying to get him back on his feet. He needs to feed off that energy if he can. Otherwise, things could head south very quickly against Alani. One of those vicious rights, and another. Maverick on jelly legs, and now down to his knees after that kick around the back of the head from Alani. Alani looking for a power bomb perhaps. Maverick determined not to let himself be taken off his feet. And now Maverick counters into a cover, gets a 2 count. A spinning heel kick though. Back of the heel right into the skull of Maverick from Alani. Kick out on 2. Maverick, I'm not sure he knows where he is after that spinning heel kick. Now what's going on here? Hang on a second. The referee's calling for the bell. I think there's an injury here to Alani. Alani's holding one of his fingers. It seems there's been some damage done. I think the referee's had to call this one off. Well, Passion Pro staff attending to Alani. And while that is terribly bad luck for him, that he seems apparently unable to continue, that is huge news for Maverick. Because assuming the decision is Maverick winning via forfeiture here, Maverick's in the final.
Ennek fényében, ennek a párbajnak a győztese, ennek a meccsnek a győztese, Maverick!
Well, there's the confirmation. Maverick is headed to the final. Alani looks like he's broken his finger. Maverick takes the first of 4 spots in the final of the Passion Cup. Coming up tomorrow here on Passion Pro. More to come in just a moment. Tamás, Szabó getting ready for a 3-way match. This will be very interesting because all 3 of the men in this one know every trick in the book. And I guess the key to victory might be which of them is the trickiest of all. What is that hat all about? Goodness me. Dennis Cash Dullnig, very unorthodox competitor, a unique personality, no doubt about that. And Dullnig, very happy to be here, I'm sure, making his debut on the debut show of Passion Pro. Getting heated already between Szabó and Dullnig. self-proclaimed international superstar. You're very unlikely to ever meet a young man with a higher opinion of himself than Norman Harras. Very self-confident young German competitor is Norman Harras. Great atmosphere here in the Ford gym as this match getting ready to get underway. This is a non-tournament match, by the way, but nonetheless, all three men will be looking to make an impression in what is just the second match in Passion Pro history. One fall to a finish. First man to score a pinfall or a submission over either opponent will be victorious. And it certainly presents unique challenges as the bell rings. There's a three-way match of this sort, because really you have to have eyes in the back of your head, not just to focus on one opponent, but always know what the second opponent is doing as well.
Don't hold me. You're also Hungarian. You're also like him. Okay?
Dullnig not making any friends here. I think Harras saying he's a little rough around the edges, and Harras trying to befriend Szabó, but it was all a ruse. Harras in trouble. Harras taken aback by the aggression of Szabó. Szabó sweeping the leg. Szabó, most experienced of all three of the men in this one. Multiple time tag team champion here in Hungary. He's had singles accomplishments as well. Just about every championship that matters in his native land here, Szabó has held at one time or another. He has many fans, he has many detractors as well, as Harras, apparently one of those detractors, laying into him here. Elbow from Dullnig. Looks like an alliance forming, at least temporarily, between Dullnig and Harras. Dullnig more than happy to put the boot in there and to choke out Szabó. Harras picks him up. The blood rushing to the head of Tamás Szabó. Dullnig playing cheerleader in the corner. Finally lets him down with that delayed vertical suplex. Harras needs to be careful. Never ever take your eyes off Dennis Cash Dullnig. As it happens, I think Dullnig was happy to let Harras exert all the energy, and now he'll try and steal it with the roll-up. Kick out from Harras. Harras goes behind with a rear waist lock, and now Dullnig escaping. Boot to the face of the international superstar. Another one from Dullnig. Dullnig to the ropes and runs right into the boot of Norman Harras. Harras hooks both legs with the cover. Kick out on two. That's what you have to do, though, in this kind of environment. Harras, once one of his opponents was neutralized on the outside, attempted the pin on the other.
Catch. Wrestling, baby. You know so.
Harras now with the side headlock. Szabó still on the outside. Dullnig trying to find a way to loosen that grip of Harras. Harras trying to get a clubbing blow across the back, didn't get all of it, but Szabó now tripping Harras. And there's that point about having eyes in the back of your head. I think both Harras and Dullnig forgot that Szabó was out there temporarily. Harras set that baseball slide from Dullnig. Dullnig now face first into the turnbuckle. Dullnig back in the ring, here comes Szabó. Dullnig saw him coming. Elbow to the face. Szabó, snapmare takedown on Dullnig. Now it is Szabó in full control. But can he take advantage as he drops the leg across the throat? He will go for the cover, didn't hook the leg, and Dullnig's out on 2. Szabó now trying to work that left arm of Dullnig, but didn't get much chance to do it because Harras back in. Harras bad-mouthing Szabó. Fans here, I think, pretty much entranced with what's going on between these three, all of them trying to gain any advantage they can by hook or by crook. Szabó chop across the chest of Harras and now turns his attention to Dullnig. Does the same to Dullnig, and Harras is still writhing in the opposite corner. Szabó with a choice of opponents here. Who is he going to focus on? He goes to Harras. Now he'll do the same to Dullnig. Dullnig, goodness me, the power of that chop sent Dullnig all the way to the outside. Crowd starting to get behind Szabó. I think maybe for a DDT. Harras didn't go down. Now he drops the knee right across the throat of Szabó. There's the ruthlessness, the viciousness of young Norman Harras on display. He may be self-confident to the point of arrogance, might Harras, but he has reason to be so. For someone so early in his career, he has achieved an enormous amount. Elbow from Harras. You see how hard-hitting that offense is. That's the kind of offense that could get Harras the win. Dullnig kicks out on 2. Non-stop action here between Harras, Dullnig and Szabó. Szabó tried to grab the leg of Harras, who's turned his attention to him, hit him with a big right hand. And now with Szabó back down, Harras will take the run up to Dullnig, was still able to get him down in the corner. Harras takes a run up, goes for that leaping European uppercut, but nobody there. Dullnig had that scouted, moved out of the way. Harras gets the boot into the face of Dullnig. Second turnbuckle now for Norman Harras, and there is the uppercut. Well, Harras, he's saying he may have hurt his leg. Harras may have hurt his left leg. That will be the second injury we've had in 2 matches. If that's true, well, we'll see if Harras is able to put any weight on that leg. Szabó sent him to the outside. I think Szabó sees an opportunity with Harras apparently hurt to focus his attention on Dullnig, but Dullnig might be a difficult proposition. There's the German suplex and a kick out on 2 from Szabó. Harras back in. Maybe that leg is okay. Harras has replaced Dullnig by force. Szabó down. The moonsault, but Szabó rolled out of the way. I don't know if I've ever seen Norman Harras go for a moonsault. That's what it means to all 3 of these men. They're pulling out moves they don't usually use, all in an effort to score the win. There's an Olympic-style slam from Szabó. Szabó goes for the double underhook, looking for the face buster. He blocked with the knees, did Harras, but he couldn't block it the second time. Szabó, though, took his eyes off Dullnig. The pile driver from Dennis Cash. Dullnig. Harras is out. Dullnig with the cover. Dullnig pins Szabó and wins this 3-way match. What a win. What a win for Dullnig. Dullnig demanding the audience clap and cheer.
A mérkőzés győztese, Gulyás! That is Dullnig!
Dennis Cash Dullnig picking up an important and memorable win on opening night here for Passion Pro. And the rest of the Passion Pro roster had better take notice. Dennis Cash Dullnig is off to a winning start. The super heavyweight, Robert Dreissker. He is got to be, I think, among the favourites to win the Passion Cup. Dreissker looks like he's in a bad mood tonight. Battle of the super heavyweights here. Great Destroyer, a monster machine. He has wrestled mostly in his native Switzerland as well as in Germany. Held multiple titles in Switzerland and now looking to take over the entirety of the European scene. Wouldn't be a bad way to start by putting away Dreissker. Dreissker, among other things, is the lead trainer at the academy of our good friends in WXW over in Germany, where he's a four-time World Tag Team Champion, among many other accolades. So this is the second of the first round matches in this Passion Cup tournament. Remember, Maverick already through to the final tomorrow after that stoppage against Marius, who we hope is recovering after what appeared to be a broken finger. There's a collar and elbow tie-up between these two behemoths. Dreissker seemed to get the better of it, but Destroyer pushing him away. Not many people can manhandle Robert Dreissker like that, but Drake Destroyer just did exactly that. They lock up again. And this time, seemed like, well, it looked like Drake was going to be the one to get Dreissker into the corner until he came firing back. Again, though, much the same result as he shoves Dreissker away. Dreissker now applying the side headlock. Shoulder block neither man with any chance of going down there. What's that saying about an irresistible force and an immovable object? I think it applies here, or maybe it doesn't. Dreissker not so immovable. Drake Destroyer having some success in his efforts to be the one who dictates things in this super heavyweight clash. I said I thought Dreissker didn't seem like he was in a very good mood when he came in here. That won't have helped things at all. Dreissker with a knee into the midsection. Shoulder block this time. It's Drake Destroyer who goes down. The intensity of both these men increasing.
Come on, big boy. Okay. Come on, big boy. You wanna...
Adrenaline starting to flow. Here is both men, I think, realizing just the physical and metaphorical size of the challenge facing them in this first round match.
No, I'm not into your mind games. Come on.
Dreissker, I think, is challenging Drake Destroyer to a test of strength. And now Dreissker seems to be backing out, is he?
Where you want to go, huh? Come on.
Dreissker and Drake Destroyer, this will be interesting. Well, who has the greater power in those arms? Is it Dreissker or Destroyer? It looks like it's Drake Destroyer. Dreissker, danger of going down to his knees, and Dreissker with a cheap shot there to give him the advantage. Still got those knuckles locked together though. Drake Destroyer trying to get the crowd, giving him some rhythm. Another knee into the midsection from Dreissker. Dreissker able to transition there to that hold on the left arm. Trying to control Drake Destroyer by isolating one of those limbs and hoping that the leverage advantage will help him, but no, maybe not. Destroyer with the shoulder block. Now it is Drake Destroyer who's building up a head of steam against Dreissker. Irish whip reversed. And now the big back body drop from Drake Destroyer. The crowd going wild. Drake Destroyer gaining the upper hand. Of course, whichever man wins this, I'm sure will be the largest man in that final tomorrow. Maverick and whoever else is going to be in that final will have to look out for that. I'm sure Maverick will be scouting and watching very carefully everything that's going on here. The referee's having to try and reason with Dreissker and get him back in the ring now. Well, hang on. Dreissker trying to put his hands on the official. You know, not quite so brave when it was Drake Destroyer he had to challenge there. Dreissker looking to intimidate the referee. He drew in Drake Destroyer. Maybe that was all part of the plan. In the end, it's Destroyer who goes face first into that steel ring post. Now Dreissker rolling his opponent back into the ring.
How do you like that, huh?
Dreissker straight back in. And now continuing to press home his advantage against Drake Destroyer. Will that moment with the steel ring post on the outside of the ring, will that prove to be the turning point? Could do, because Destroyer looks like a wounded animal right now. Dreissker, I think, smells blood. Looking to run into the corner, maybe looking for the avalanche. Sweeps the leg, does Dreissker. It's a mistake from Destroyer, whose bell was well and truly rung by that ring post, and seems to have slowed him down a little bit. The cognitive functions of Drake Destroyer maybe not going at full speed. Dreissker was able to take advantage of that error. There's an avalanche from Dreissker. Go for the cover. Slightly lackadaisical cover from Dreissker, who needs to be careful that he doesn't get complacent with things going his way here. Fans at ringside banging their hands on the side of the ring. Again, all an effort, I think, to get Drake Destroyer back into this. Destroyer clearly the fans' favorite of these two. Can't really blame them with the attitude that Dreisker's come out here with. Drake Destroyer goes for the body slam. Scooped him up but couldn't hold him. Dreissker goes for the cover. Is that enough? No. Drake Destroyer nearly paying dearly for the failure to lift up Dreissker sufficiently on that body slam, which backfired horribly. Dreissker, the referee says that wasn't a closed right hand, and nor was that one. Another one right into the skull, right to the top of the scalp of Drake Destroyer. Dreissker, I think, believes that the majority of his job here is done. Destroyer still trying to find a bit more fuel in the tank, trying to battle back into this one. Dreissker, though, lines him up. Gonna take the run up, looking for the avalanche. This time the elbow comes up from Drake Destroyer and then the boot. Destroyer, second turnbuckle, what's he doing up there? His shoulder block on Dreissker. Goodness, the whole ring shook. 700 pounds or so of human flesh on that canvas, rocking the ring, rocking the whole of the Ford Gym in Budapest. There's only one spot for these two men in the final of the Passion Cup. Exhaustion, now a serious consideration as they exchange right hands in the middle of the ring. Drake Destroyer gaining momentum. Dreissker backed into the corner. It's a run-up. Oh, Dreissker got the boot up. Dreissker gets that boot up. Destroyer with the back elbow. Takes Dreissker off his feet again. Now the body slam, can he get it this time? Yes, he can. Tremendous power from Drake Destroyer. The crowd liking what they see. What's he doing now? Destroyer gonna look to lift up Dreissker for the vertical suplex. Again, the power is simply superhuman. If Destroyer can capitalize here, Dreissker may be a beaten man. Here he comes, Destroyer and Dreissker. That's cowardly from Dreissker, puts the referee in the way, and while the referee wasn't looking, the low blow from Dreissker is enough, unbelievably, to take him through to the final. That was a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. I can't believe what we just saw there from Robert Dreissker. Well, you might not like how he got it done. You might not like how he got it done, but Dreissker is headed to tomorrow night's final of the Passion Cup. Drake Destroyer with a frustrated smile on his face. The victim of a low blow from Robert Dreissker. But the bottom line is this: Drake Destroyer eliminated Robert Dreissker into the final of the Passion Cup. For six-person tag team action here at the Passion Cup. You're looking at a very interesting combination. Anil Marik in the black trunks there. One of the most talked about youngsters on the German wrestling scene. Red Scorpion and Lyon are both from Italy in particular. They're doing very well over in the Bologna area. Really a confident trio. They've worked on their team pose and they're ready to go, but they will need every ounce of that confidence because they're going to be facing formidable opponents.
I don't like this place.
My goodness, a thunderous ovation for both the Arrows of Hungary and either Kolasky. The Arrows, Dover on your left there, Icarus on your right. One of the most accomplished tag teams in all of Europe. And either Kolasky, one of the hottest prospects in women's wrestling anywhere on the continent. All of them Hungarian natives, and that is why this crowd has gone wild for Kolasky and the Arrows. What an atmosphere here in the Thor Gym. Let's take it up to Cougar MC for the official introductions.
Hölgyeim és uraim! Please come back in the ring. Come back. Szeretném bemutatni az itt jelenlévőket. Nektek jobbra, nekem balra, már is jöjjön egyenesen Németországon 85 kg súlyjal a WXW Academy ingyeretes tanonca, Anil Marik! Mellette 115 kg-mal Olaszországból a félelmetes Lyon! Végezetül szintén Olaszországból 105 kg-mal a vörös Scorpio, Red Scorpion! Azt mondja, hogy az első, a legjobb, a bajnok, a best. Ezt majd eldöntjük. Illetve majd a másik oldal eldönti. Nektek bal oldalra, nekem jobb oldalon. Hatalmas taps és bíztatás a hölgynek, aki Magyarország feltörekvő női üstököse, Kolasky! Társaságát erősíti a csapat, amely meghódította Európát 191 kg összsúlyban. Jöjjön Dover és Icarus, azaz az Arrows of Hungary!
So the formalities are out of the way. Getting ready for this 6-person, 1-fall tag team match. Looks like Red Scorpion's going to start things out for his team. Icarus and Dover seem not to be able to decide which of them is starting. I think they've now settled on Icarus. You can see from the trunks of the Arrows of Hungary, they are very proud of where they come from, representing Hungary in its capital city here tonight. It's not going to be Red Scorpion, it's Anil Marik in there against Icarus, and
You shut up, please, huh? Let me focus.
Marik is trying to find his feet here against Icarus. Icarus, such a student of the wrestling game. Studied all of the great Hungarian catch wrestlers of the past, of whom there are many. Also influenced by the British world of sport style. Excellent mat wrestler, knows a million different submission holds. Marik knows that he's in there against someone very dangerous. Crowd firmly behind Icarus. Marik takes him down. This is becoming an electrifying first night for Passion Pro. I want to thank our sponsors, by the way, Power Space, Powerlifting Gym, Ring 27 clothing brand, and the HCW Dojo helping to make this night possible. Icarus with the reversal, the counter on Anil Marik. Here comes Marik with the right hand, got blocked. Icarus telling him to come for more. It's the same result every time for Marik, who gets picked up and dropped on the back of his head. Marik stunned by that and tags in Red Scorpion. Scorpion! Hit by that discus, roaring elbow. The message to the past, and then Icarus with another suplex. Icarus is fired up by this Budapest crowd. Gets a 2 count there and straight back onto Red Scorpion. Icarus with the front face lock, Scorpion on his feet. Scorpion uses a bit of power to force Icarus back into Scorpion's corner. He's tagged Lyon in. First time we're seeing him. Double team by Red Scorpion, and Lyon double shoulder block sends Icarus down. Lyon going to use Red Scorpion with a projectile to slam on top of Icarus. Lyon now going to try to ensure that Icarus can't make the tag, but just as I say that, he does exactly that. Even Kolasky now tagged in. Difficult challenge here for Kolasky. Obviously, Lyon, the much bigger of the two competitors, she's going to have to use her speed, her striking ability that we just saw with that kick. Has a background in gymnastics as Kolasky, as you may have guessed from seeing her here. That twisting cross body, but got caught. Over and Icarus helping out Kolasky. All 6 athletes in the ring now. Referee is losing control with this. Drop kicks from the arrows of Kolasky. They gain the upper hand. Really is party atmosphere in here as Kolasky gets launched by her tag team partners and takes out all 3 of their opponents. God, it's good to have live crowds back at a wrestling show. It's the arrows apparently choosing to focus on Lyon. In fact, if you're keeping score, I think Lyon's still the legal man. Referee has now regained some kind of control of the match. Icarus is legal for his team. Red Scorpion, that was nothing legal about that whatsoever. From Red Scorpion, the clothesline from the apron. Referee giving a verbal warning there to Red Scorpion. It's a short arm clothesline from Lyon. Taking Icarus down. The cover. 2 count. Nearly 3, but not quite. Well, you might not like them, but you have to say this team of Lyon and Red Scorpion and Anil Marik have been doing a pretty good job of keeping their opponents in their half of the ring. A couple of exceptions to that, like when Icarus did make that tag to Kolasky a few minutes ago. But it's been pretty solid so far. Could be more than solid for Red Scorpion, who came within a half second there of winning the match. I'm not sure if Scorpion wants to be picking a fight with Dover, the hardcore Hungarian, out on the apron. Marik is tagged in now, and he and Scorpion made full use of the time they were allowed to double team following the tag. Marik is giving some verbal abuse here to Icarus, and I'm not sure that's a smart idea. It's a quick vertical suplex, a lateral press from Marik for a 2 count, but seems that Marik is going to try and stretch out Icarus. Trying to beat him at his own game with the submission hold. And holding in a lot of ways quite similar to the heart of Europe, the submission hold that Icarus often uses to put away opponents. Lyon's charged into the ring, so is Red Scorpion. Neither one was tagged in. Lyon's providing the diversion while Scorpion and Marik doing a number there on Icarus. Cover now by Marik, looking to steal one. Icarus thankfully kicked out. We've already seen, of course, one match tonight was essentially stolen. Robert Dreissker with the low blow to take him through to the final tomorrow of the Passion Cup alongside Maverick. We still have 2 first-round matches to come tonight, of course, as Icarus trying to battle his way out of the opposition corner. Double missile drop kick. And Icarus, with perhaps the best chance he'll get to make it to his corner and make the tag. Here for the first time, Dover is the legal man. The power and the anger of the hardcore Hungarian being felt by Red Scorpion. Dover's got him overhead, standing throw. So impressive is the strength of Dover. Red Scorpion sent into his partner Marik. Look at this, look at this from Dover. 2 men on his shoulders, for goodness sake. For goodness sake, the double power slam from Dover. But there's a third man. Lyon picks up Dover. Hits him with that spinning side slam. Icarus now to the rope, so off the middle rope. Catches Lyon with the boot. Lung blower though from Red Scorpion. Marik with the sling blade. Either Kolasky. I think Marik and Red Scorpion were arguing about something. Took their eyes off the ball. Kolasky though gets grabbed by Lyon. God, this is all action. Oh my. Wait a second, what is this? From nowhere! The crossfire from the Arrows of Hungary! Kolasky tagged in! Kolasky with the moonsault! The cover on Lyon! And even Kolasky scores the win in a stunning 6-person tag team match! Party time in the Hungarian capital for the Arrows of Hungary and Eva Kolasky. A bigger, more emotional response you are unlikely to hear from a crowd this year. Hungarian fans back watching their own in action in Budapest, where Eva Kolasky and the Arrows of Hungary have not disappointed. They are victorious on night 1 of the Passion Cup. Gulyás, a corn-fed country boy from deep in the Hungarian countryside, looking to be the third of 4 finalists in this, the Passion Cup.
Roll it up and pass it, roll it up and pass it, roll it up and pass it. Roll it up and roll it up and roll it up and roll it up and roll it up and
Gulyás úti ellenében érkezik 85 kg, egyenesen Párizsból, a szenzációs francia, a French Sensation, Senza Volto!
Not just a French sensation, but a Europe-wide sensation. There are wrestling fans across the continent, nay, across the world, talking about Senza Volto. Such an exciting competitor to watch. And by the way, this will be a real clash of styles against the hard-hitting, grueling, unorthodox methods of Gulyás. So fast, so acrobatic, so innovative is Senza Volto. And he has a very novel challenge on his hands here against Gulyás. Gulyás, the heavier of the two men, and as I said, unorthodox, which means that Volto won't be able to predict exactly what his opponent is going to do next. Remember, Maverick and Robert Dreissker already taken 2 of the 4 spots in that fatal 4-way cup final tomorrow. And what is this? Volto has brought some deodorant with him. Gulyás notoriously has some questionable personal hygiene under the arms. I think Volto's doing him a favour. Might be doing us all a favour, to be honest, but this is a novel problem for the referee, as Gulyás determined not to accept the gift, if you can call it that, of deodorant from Senza Volto. Volto still persistent. Gulyás allows him to do it. That might be a brand new experience for Urkshi. Well, with the hygiene matters taken care of, the bell rings. Here we go. If you're Dreissker or Maverick watching this, I don't know who you prefer to face in that fatal 4-way tomorrow. Volto the more experienced of the two. Gulyás really still just breaking onto the European scene. Of course, they would both bring different strengths to that final. Volto on the back of Gulyás, and I'm not sure that's the best place for him to be. Gulyás allows the break. From Gulyás's perspective, I'm not sure you want to deposit Senza Volto up on that top turnbuckle. That's where he feels most at home. Lock up here. Gulyás should have the advantage with that extra body size, the extra strength. Volto with the speed to counter whatever Gulyás does. That, I think, took the youngster by surprise. Gulyás now learning, I think, or at least fully understanding just the scale of the problem in front of him. Gulyás has had enough of the deodorant jokes from Senza Volto. Volto saying, all right, we'll get down to business then. See, Gulyás trying to claim the center ground, making Volto go around him. Double knuckle lock. We saw a test of strength along these lines earlier in the match where Robert Dreissker, the Drake Destroyer, shoulders of Volto went down briefly, and again Twice he's had to pop that right shoulder up, and he won't be able to do it with that body weight, but he used his legs instead. Smart from Gulyás to put the weight of his knees down on those shoulders. Meant that Volto had to exert a lot more energy to kick out of that third pin attempt. Once more, this fantastic crowd trying to give the wrestlers that extra bit of energy to give us a classic performance here. Not that any more motivation is needed, that the Passion Cup on the line, the elbow drop from Volto, I think, hit its mark, but Gulyás was still up to his feet very quickly. Shoulder block. Volto sent down after he couldn't get Gulyás down. Gulyás goes for the senton. Volto rolled out of the way. Senza Volto making friends here in Budapest. I think he was stroking that guy's top knot. Where's Volto going? Taking his time is the French sensation as he regroups here on the outside of the ring. Referee's up to a count of 6, of course. Volto has up to 10 to get into the ring. I wonder if this is some mind games, knowing that his opponent's a rookie. Yeah, and straight back out. It's not the sort of behavior we often see from Senza Volto, but you can understand exactly why he's trying to do this. Trying to force Gulyás into a mistake. He knows that Gulyás has a temper on him. Maybe see if that impatience can be his undoing as Volto once more in on 9. There is some impatience from Gulyás Jr. Now Volto lands on his feet. Kick to the shins. Gulyás gets Volto up on the rope, but sends a Volto with the Hurricane Rana, and this time it's Gulyás who has to take a timeout outside of the ring. And no, Volto will let him though. Sends a Volto drop kick on the apron, and out goes Gulyás. Volto looking to take to the skies and takes out Gulyás. That is just how lethal the French sensation can be if he is given space to mount one of those aerial attacks. Gulyás now is up against the apron. There's a big chop across the chest from Senza Volto. Volto leading his opponent around the ringside area. You see fans trying to move out of the way. You do not want to be in harm's way with these two headed in your direction. Face first to the side of the ring goes Gulyás. And now Gulyás is getting to know the front row. In his case, though, not voluntarily. There's a chop across the chest. I mean, cross-eyed there to Gulyás. Such was the impact. I think that young man who Gulyás is getting to know is having a few problems with his sense of smell, to put it politely, thanks to the odor of Gulyás. Yeah, there's no one more relieved than that man in the front row that Gulyás has now left him in peace. Look at the cover from Senza Volto off the senton. Kneeling springboard into the senton from Senza Volto. Almost, but not quite, enough to put away Gulyás Urchi. Another one of those chops. Each one of those has found its mark from Volto, but Gulyás giving as good as he gets now. Payback time for Gulyás. Now gonna try and send him to the ropes. I don't know if that's the right tactic really from Gulyás, because if you pick up the pace, you're playing into the hands of Volto. Gulyás though has caught him with the body slam. Now there is the senton. This time it hit its target. Volto, I'm sure, will have had the wind knocked out of him. There's always the danger of a cracked rib. The kind of impact you suffer in that senton splash. Shoulder thrusts now in the corner as Gulyás systematically looking to wear down Senza Volto. Volto exhausted, it seems. Gulyás went for a slightly arrogant pin there, and Volto kicked out immediately. I think there'll be a lot of people watching this who are surprised at just how well Gulyás has been able to do against such a highly seasoned competitor as Senza Volto. Still got the upper hand here. Gulyás with Volto backed into the corner. Referee wants a break before 5. Gulyás obliges just in the nick of time. Going straight back in though, into that corner again. Breaking just before the 5 count, otherwise the referee would have been well within his rights to disqualify Gulyás. Short arm clothesline. Volto was already out on his feet. Gulyás is going to try and drag him back to a vertical base to hit that same move again. I don't know how many more of these Senza Volto can take. Well, hang on now. I thought Volto was going to go down again. This time he seems to have found a second wind as the French sensation. Gulyás can't quite believe it. Here comes Senza Volto. Volto fired up. Enziguri round the back of the head. Volto to the ropes, that's a clothesline. Here comes the handspring into the back elbow. Senza Volto nailing that elbow into the face of Gulyás. Gulyás is back to his feet. Volto was not able to capitalize there really. All he could do was use that time he bought himself to recuperate. Kick to the side of the head, sweeps the legs of Gulyás. And now Volto looking for the code red. The shoulders go down of Gulyás, who kicks out on 2. Volto cannot believe that the match did not end right there and then. You can see that Volto is allowing those cogs to turn now, thinking, what more can I do to Gulyás? Might have been looking for the Eiffel Tower there, his trademark maneuver, but Gulyás countered. Volto comes back after him. There's a knee right into the side of the head from Gulyás. Gulyás, brainbuster from the young Hungarian, who'll go for the cover with a chance to make the final. Senza Volto on 2 3/4 ensures that his tournament chances stay alive. What a great match this is turning into. Now Gulyás is also thinking about what to do next, and he was pointing at that top turnbuckle. I'm not sure if that's the best idea he could possibly have. Really going to Senza Volto's ballpark if he's going to head up to the top. That's what he's doing. Maybe he thinks he needs to take a risk to finally put the French sensation away. Volto jumps up, hits that blow across the back. Gulyás now perched precariously, sat on that top turnbuckle. Senza Volto looking, I think, got shoved away. I think he may be looking for a Hurricane Rana off the top. Gulyás gets the boot, goes to the ropes, looks for a lariat as a handspring. There is the lariat, a huge lariat from Gulyás, who looked for the upset and he couldn't get it. My God, he was close. He was close there, was Gulyás. This is one of the best career performances so far that I think we've seen in any promotion from Gulyás Ercsi. He is showing that he has the potential to be a permanent fixture in the upper tier of European wrestling. Gulyás looking for the suplex. Volto, that's smart, holds onto that tree trunk-like leg of Gulyás to prevent him from being lifted up off the ground. This time you see him wrapping the leg around. Whatever he needs to do to block the suplex. Volto this time counters, goes behind. Now there's another one of those chops across the chest. Elbow smash right into the side of the face of Senza Volto. Both men tired. But still they fight. Slap across the face. And a receipt given in kind from Gulyás. These slaps are getting harder. Oh, that one's an elbow. Someone's going to have to find what is required here to take advantage of the other man's weakness. This is a prime example of why conditioning is so important. Lesser wrestlers would be out on their feet by now, but Volto and Gulyás, after such a physical encounter, are still going. It's a knee into the jaw. Oh my, super kick. Volto takes another one. How much of this can Senza Volto endure? The Spanish fly. The Spanish fly from Senza Volto, and a kick out by Gulyás. Goodness me, how many close? How many near falls have there been here? Senza Volto misses a moonsault. Spear attempt, but the leapfrog from Volto, who looks for it. And the attempt at the Eiffel Tower. There's a super kick this time from Volto. Can he nail it this time? Yes, he can. Oh, no, he can't. No, he can't. The counter. The counter. Gulyás was able to counter at the very last second on the Eiffel Tower. Tries again. This time he does get him. This time he does get him. And he gets all of it with the Eiffel Tower. Volto with the cover. And Senza Volto is going to the Passion Cup final. Brilliant match, an absolutely brilliant match between Gulyás and Volto. But it is the French sensation who will join Robert Dreissker and Maverick in the final of the Passion Cup here in Budapest tomorrow night. We still have one more position in that final to fill. We'll get on to that last piece of business in just a moment. But right now, let's take a second to appreciate the efforts, not just of Senza Volto, but of Gulyás as well, who's uncharacteristically perhaps offering the hand of respect to the man who just defeated him, Senza Volto. Great sportsmanship from Gulyás and Volto, but it is Senza Volto who advances to the final.
Senza Volto!
Another of the generation of stunning talent coming out of France at the moment. And this is going to be quite the contest to take that final spot in the final of the Passion Cup. Our last match in the first round. Aigle Blanc hoping to win it.
És jöjjön a mérkőzés másik résztvevője Magyarországról.
Tihanyi,
Péter!
the prodigal son of Hungarian wrestling, and you see on the back of his jacket it says join the revolution. Well, to many in this crowd, to many in Budapest, and to many throughout this country, he is leading that revolution. This is the kind of match, Péter Tihanyi against Aigle Blanc, that I think a few years from now you would look at as a dream match between two of the absolute best in Europe. That is the potential that both of these young men have. Indeed, maybe people will look back at this in years to come as one of many meetings, an early meeting between two young men destined for greatness. But only one of them can advance to the final of that Passion Cup. It's been an incredible opening night. Maybe saving the best for last, because Blanc and Tihanyi, two highly competitive, extremely hungry young men. Initial lock-up eventually ends up in a corner. Blanc didn't give a clean break, I'm surprised by that. And straight back into a lock-up. Tihanyi, thankfully for him, was wise to the possibility that might happen. There's a drop toe hold from Tihanyi. Trying to tie up those legs. Variation on the bow and arrow. Blanc quickly counters. Ends up in a side press for the pin attempt. Tihanyi escaped as quickly as he could. We're back to square one. Crowd has been absolutely phenomenal all night. This match, no exception. Obviously a lot of support for Tihanyi in his home country. Half Nelson now standing take down from Aigle Blanc. It's Aigle Blanc, French for White Eagle. Pretty apt nickname as well, because you can't fly like an eagle, can Aigle Blanc. So can Tihanyi. Very hard to choose a winner between these two. You can see this in these opening moments, just how evenly matched they are. Momentum swinging back and forth. Tihanyi now bring Blanc back to his feet. Blanc held on to the right foot of Tihanyi, and now looking for an armbar. You see Tihanyi's got that butcher's hook grip to try and prevent that hyperextension. The elbow, drop kick from Tihanyi, right into the chest of Aigle Blanc, sends him to the outside. Blanc needs to be careful here. You can see exactly what Tihanyi is considering. Tihanyi's first instinct there, I guarantee you, was to launch himself onto Aigle Blanc on the outside. And well, I've been following Tihanyi a couple of years. A year ago, I think he would have done exactly that, but he's learned a bit of caution, learned a bit of judgment when to take those high risks. Believe you me, though, he still takes it, and regularly. Look at that from Aigle Blanc, lands on his feet there. Hip toss attempt, Tihanyi lands on his feet. Blanc looking for the tombstone pile driver. Instead, it's a victory roll. Tihanyi's hand, in the end, got stamped on by Blanc. Shoulders of Tihanyi go down. Kicked out on 2, but how much damage was done to the hand? That's the question. Blanc to the outside, Tihanyi between that top and middle rope. That time he did take the risk, and the risk paid off. Sure, Aigle Blanc would have been very pleased to see his friend and compatriot Senza Volto advance into the final just a few minutes ago. Big chop there from Tihanyi. It's an interesting question for the others in the final. If Aigle Blanc and Senza Volto were both there, would they try and form some alliance? I mean, it's every man for himself, of course, in a fatal four-way match, but definitely had an interesting dynamic. Of course, if Tihanyi were to make the final, there's plenty of interest there as well, given the high-flying capabilities of Volto. Tihanyi in and then out. Tihanyi and Maverick know each other very well too. Both trained at the HCW Dojo, who are one of the co-sponsors of this event. Tihanyi chopping away. Well, this front row have had more than they bargained for in these last couple of matches. Big boot to the face. Tihanyi is down between a couple of chairs there. Blanc is telling some fans to move out of the way. What's he planning here? Snap suplex right on the hard arena floor. Seeing a ruthless side to Aigle Blanc here. What's he doing? He's pointing up to that balcony. Don't tell me he's gonna. I don't know if this is the best idea for Aigle Blanc. Dangerous idea, certainly, and Tihanyi is up there with him now. Both men teetering on the edge. Those fans nearby. To be careful, Tihanyi ended up kicked over the barrier. That might be his salvation, actually. It's probably a safer place to be, or is it? Because Aigle Blanc looking to suplex Tihanyi. Tihanyi now, big boot, another one to the face. Tihanyi taking a run up, there's room there for him to take that lead, but Tihanyi threading the needle in that gap between the barrier and the roof. Launching himself, well, he took out Aigle Blanc, he took out a couple of the stewards here in Thor's gym as well. He's got straight back up. Aigle Blanc straight back up. He lands hard. Springboards off the top rope. Took another couple of stewards out. I hope these guys are being paid for a little bit extra for working in a dangerous environment. As Aigle Blanc goes for the cover, it's a dangerous environment for Tihanyi, who just about kicked out. Kept himself alive in the tournament. Growing in confidence. Shoulder thrusts in the corner. And then the kick right between the shoulder blades. See Tihanyi physically tighten up there, such was the pain. A kick out from Tihanyi, but no doubt at all that shot between the shoulders definitely left a mark. Tihanyi once more goes to the chop. Blanc firing back. for the neck breaker is oh, very innovative. Instead, the elbow across the throat. Springboard splash. The cover from Aigle. Blanc kick out from Tihanyi. Man, how exciting are these two? So good to watch. All of the fascinating moves they have in their arsenals. Aigle Blanc maybe switching gears here, looking for the submission. Wrenching that right arm behind the back. You see he's got the left arm in behind his left leg. That's neutralized. He still has his legs, of course, but such is the body weight of Aigle Blanc, or it was at least, down there, that I don't think Tihanyi could get up from there, but was able to adjust just a little bit. Change his fortunes now. Once again, Blanc looking for the tombstone. Elbow from Tihanyi. Tornado DDT. Tihanyi, though, I think, needs to take a breather here. In an ideal world, you crawl over and try and cover your opponent, but Aigle Blanc has done a number on Péter Tihanyi in the past few minutes, and all Tihanyi can do is to try and make sure he's up to his feet as quickly as Blanc. And it is Tihanyi who goes on offense first. Couple of leaping elbows. Sweep of the leg and a kick right into the chest from Tihanyi. Middle rope, moonsault, the cover from Tihanyi. He got it? No, he doesn't. I don't think he had enough body weight on those shoulders. Looking for the submission here. See, he's got that right arm stretched out. The legs wrapped around the back of the neck. Right foot hooked under the left leg, and now they end up rolling into the ropes. Referee demands the break. You don't often see Tihanyi go for a submission. He is developing his game. The diversity of weapons he has available all the time. He's going for it again here. Blanc got the shot on the face as he escaped. Twisting neck breaker with authority from the Royal Hunter. He might be a Passion Cup hunter. Kick out from Tihanyi. And the hunt for a place in the final remains an elusive one for Aigle Blanc and for Péter Tihanyi at the moment. Neither man prepared to give an inch. Well, there will be talent scouts from across the wrestling world watching this one. And I guarantee you they will like what they're seeing here from Aigle Blanc and Péter Tihanyi. Tihanyi going to try and have one of those chops and does. Blanc shaking his head. He's saying enough is enough with the chops. He's hit Tihanyi with an elbow. Another chop, Tihanyi not giving up there, and the uppercut from Aigle Blanc in response. Another one from Blanc. Who wants it more? Who wants that fourth and final position in the final of the Passion Cup? Blanc try for it. Ripcord, Enziguri. Full Nelson maybe looking for a full Nelson suplex there. Instead he gets a kick around the side of the head. There's an Enziguri from Tihanyi. Knees. And there is the full Nelson suplex. Here comes Aigle Blanc to the side of the head of Tihanyi, and now suplex sends Tihanyi back with momentum, brought him back to his feet. Tihanyi's back to his feet. Clothesline! Tihanyi with a vicious clothesline on Aigle Blanc. Isn't enough, no. And now Blanc with a cover of his own on Tihanyi. Good God. Both men flat on their backs. What is going to be left of either of these two men? Whoever makes it to the final Not sure a month would be enough to recover from this for most people. Tihanyi or Blanc will have 24 hours. Comes Tihanyi again. Blanc fired him in. Missing his elbow. Tihanyi in some trouble. Aigle Blanc headed up to the top floor. Maybe for a 450. Tihanyi had it scouted. Kick to the side of the head through the ropes, and there's a Hurricane Rana driver. Blanc, gut wrench into the tombstone pile driver. Tihanyi's neck compressed. The cover from Aigle Blanc. Oh my God, Tihanyi kicked out. Blanc not dwelling on that, immediately back to the top, goes for the 450, and wait, Tihanyi's caught him in the submission, and this time, Aigle Blanc taps out. Tihanyi wins. What a victory and what a match from Péter Tihanyi and from Aigle Blanc. Wow, that delivered and then some. Péter Tihanyi will be the one who has to recuperate, because in less than 24 hours time he faces Maverick, Dreissker and Senza Volto in a fatal four-way match, the winner of which will be crowned the winner of the Passion Cup. Great to see the sportsmanship between Tihanyi and Aigle Blanc at the end of an unforgettable first night. The Passion Pro. The passion here really is undeniable. The revolution is real for Péter Tihanyi as he heads through to night 2.